Yeah, no, I just like, yeah, my daughter just texted me and yeah, why yeah, I just like saw it come up on the screen like, can you come over here today, mommy? I was like, oh yeah, so yeah, just crying a little bit. So it's talking about feel like I just been like yeah, really trying to take care of myself and catch up with me and then yeah, lots of things going on, and then, yeah, she's, like, already, like, really sweating me and missing me, asking me if I can come get her today, and I'm just like, "No." I'm like, "Fuck." I'm just really trying to chill out for a minute, man. Yeah, that mommy life. Yeah, I thought about that. I was like laughing because I was like, yeah, me and Boya were texting each other like, did you hear back? No. Did you hear back? No. And then yeah, you're like, yeah, I just talked to them and I was like laughing. I was like, yeah, she's not waiting around. She just like called them. We're like all being polite, like, oh, we don't want to bother them. We don't want to stress them. And yeah, you're just like really comfortable and like call them like yeah, so yeah, I was aware of that last night, but yeah, I realized like last night I was so tired and had a lot of anxiety that I was like, yeah, like I knew I could have called, but I just didn't. Yeah, I just didn't really feel like I had the energy to anyway. So yeah, that's why this morning, like, yeah, still not hearing from her. I just called her, when I felt to. And yeah, even then it's like they got interrupted and she had to go, but it's like, yeah, I at least talked to her for a couple minutes instead of like not talking to her. And I like could hear Pa in the background. So yeah, I heard him and talked to her for a few minutes. Yeah, because I called her and she was like kind of stressed out because I could tell like she basically was trying to call Tisha like right when I called. So I just got what I needed to know. And then I was like, well, what's Pa doing? I was like, is he awake? Is he cool? And she was like, yeah, he's awake. He's just right here. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, yeah, you called Tisha from your phone and just tell him I'm about to call him on his phone. So yeah, I just hung up and called his phone right away and talked to him for yeah, real brief, but yeah, just to connect, and hear what's going on from him and how he's doing and yeah, work a couple laughs in there, and whatnot. Yeah, yeah, I wanted to do that too, but yeah, she was like, yeah, he's really sleepy. So I talked to her for a couple minutes and she was really excited to talk to me. So she tried to say like, oh, let me give it to Pub, and then she like kept talking. And then, like, yeah, a couple of moments later, she was like, "Oh, he's falling asleep," and I was like, "Oh, it's okay. Like, just like let him, like let him get some rest." And then, yeah, like I was still on the phone with her, and then he like woke up cold and was like, "I need blankets." And then, yeah, I could feel she got stressed because she had to basically like express herself and like speak up and like like, "Hey, doctors, like we need blankets over here." Like, "Hey, he's hungry." Like so. I could feel like, yeah, she just got stressed, like having to like speak up and ask for their needs to be met. So, yeah, I talked to them briefly and then I was just like, yeah, I was like, I heard them like fighting and arguing because she like was trying to get him to talk to me. And he was like, just wanted a blanket and go back to sleep. And I was just like standing there, like listening to all of this. And I'm like, y'all still fighting? Like, really? Like, yeah, yeah. These niggas hard-headed, man. Yeah, ain't shit changed. But yeah. Yeah, that's why I was really glad. Like, I felt like I was taking too long because I knew we were supposed to be like taking turns. and it took me so long for them to even call me in the room. So I had the awareness of like, oh, Ma, Arthi, and Kamlesh are just literally standing outside the hospital because we could come in like one at a time. And I had been in there for like 30 minutes. I said I was going to be gone for like 5, 10 minutes and come back. And it had been like an hour since I actually left them. So, yeah, I kept kind of at first feeling anxiety, like, oh, you shouldn't be in here. Like, you're taking too much time. Other people are waiting. And I was like, actually, I'm the best person to be in here right now because that nurse was asking a bunch of questions. Paul was like really faded from lack of food. So he wasn't even comprehending like English really that well. So, yeah, and plus it's like the medical things, just the way that they word things, it's not really easy, like layman's terms. So, yeah, I feel like a lot of UF training came in handy. Like all the random cases I've done over the years, I was like able to like immediately know what they were trying to ask him, and then I was just like, no, no. Um, so yeah, and then I was like really like pushy to the nurse, like he's diabetic, he hasn't eaten, like he needs food. Can you get him a cup of water? Like we don't have time to wait for the doctor's orders, blah blah blah. I was like, he needs another blanket and just yeah, like I was being really bossy to the nurse.
Yeah, I felt that too. Like when I heard like Ma having to like, yeah, just the stress of like, oh, he needs a blanket, oh, he's hungry. And I could feel that. I was like, yeah, she probably like, yeah, like you probably was like bossy and stuff and commanding and directing them. And then she was just there like kind of by herself. And yeah, I just felt that stress of like, I can relate with needing to, the anxiety of needing to speak up. Uh,
Yeah, I had actually sent her a text message really clearly last night. I was like, if you or Paul need anything, do not hesitate to ask the hospital staff. And I was like, they're there to support you. It's their job to help you. So if you feel uncomfortable in any way or Paul needs anything at all, yeah, just tell them, you know. 'Cause, yeah, I was already feeling that just seeing the way that people were running around, they're already stressed out, fucking coronavirus, they're getting health updates every hour that's, like, different, so they're trying to keep up with all the recent updates with that and then also do what the fuck the patients that they're trying to take care of. So I could see people like just working there, like generally like peaceful and harmonious. But yeah, there was a little bit of like running around and kind of frazzled and not knowing what's happening. So yeah, just like assessing the situation. I'm looking at Paul and yeah, he's just really low energy, like about to looking like he's about to like dip out, you know? So I was like,
yeah,
yeah, I wanted to set up the tone of like him as a patient to like, yeah, just yeah, like come in like kind of a little bit aggressive of like, yeah, you better make sure that you like take care of him because yeah, we don't play that shit, you know?
yeah, yeah. I was telling Ma, I was just like reminding her, I was like, Ma, these everybody's like running around like not very present and a lot on their minds. I was like, you have to be pushy to get what you want. I like, yeah, I had to just like word it really clearly. I was like, you have to be pushy. And she was like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, obviously I'm really glad she's willing and able to stay there because I couldn't sleep in a hospital for days like that. Like that's love and dedication. But yeah, for the sake of like yeah, being like a bossy presence that, yeah, like if somebody needs something, like yeah, like really comfortable just telling them. Yeah, I was kind of feeling that like I wish, yeah, more than one person could stay in there just so she could handle the stuff that like just her and Paul know how to handle, like the shop and family, and then I could be there like making sure medically that they're not just like overlooking his needs and like running around helping other patients first, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I like, cause yeah, ever since I found out, like, yeah, one of my main prayers was just like, yeah, how yeah, sources there impulsifying everybody, like everybody involved is being impulsified. So yeah, I just been like focusing and directing energy that like, yeah, just like the perfect players, the perfect placement, and just like, yeah, how Source is the best caretaker of everything and everyone. And so yeah, really directing that. Yeah,
Direct,
letting come through.
direct.
Yeah, yeah, just direct all that. Ignore
Yeah, thank you
force
for
that
that
could.
prayer. Yeah, because when I talked to both of them today, like yesterday, they were like, "Yeah, everyone's so good. Everyone's taking care of everything so well." And then today it was like a different story. Like it was kind of like a us versus them energy of like, yeah, they're not, like whatever. They're not being clear. They're not being honest with us. Blah blah blah. And yeah, the vibe and the stories were totally different. So yeah, when I got off the phone with them, I just took a moment to really pray to Devi. I was like, yeah, just guide your angels that are there, guide their hearts and minds and awareness, and just like their will and character to like, yeah, still remember their purpose and fulfill it in the most aligned ways for everyone.
Uh,
And just like blessing them, even when I was like in that waiting room when I was telling you that celebrity extra of news came on, and I was like doing my rounds. I was like, yeah, just remembering to take a moment because they were doing like quotes from people, and there was a quote from Barack saying like, yeah, now more than ever, like we owe immense gratitude to all the healthcare professionals like on the front lines, basically, like that are doing their job for the public. So yeah, just hearing that was like, yeah, let me take a moment. So I took a moment yesterday to like really thank and appreciate everyone that was there taking care of him, everyone that was going to come through at whatever point in time to take care of him, and just, yeah, really send that vibration of appreciation and blessings and love to all of them being out on the front lines.
yeah.
I saw 444 a while ago, by the way. Yeah, this has been in my little box for my little pipe ceremony, but yeah, I switched the lighter so I could have this for our rendezvous.
Oh, shit, yeah, she's up in bed ready.
Oh yeah, this has been ready for like an hour and a half. This whole like setup has been here. All right, all right, yeah. Let me get on it. Oh, the big chief doesn't have a gold pack. What kind of big chief are you? Do you even smoke? I think it's time to pass that title on.
Oh, you too eager. Hold up. You still got a little bit. You still got a little ways to go. Oh, she talking. Oh, she talking. Wait till we get smoking, baby. Wait till we get smoking, baby. We take like about to be real quiet. She about to be real quiet.
Talking all that jazz before you even hit the bong. Let's see what that first rip sounds like and looks like.
um,
Um, since we've been on the phone, I just had an email come through. It's the email from the MacBook company, like verifying that they just processed my refund, and just please allow a few business days for it to show up in my account. All right, now you got, yeah, let it circulate. You got some going out, some coming in. All right now. Yeah, because last week when I was talking to them, it was like a sure thing, like you're gonna get a refund for this. And then Monday they sent an email talking about like, yeah, we received your laptop. We'll be in touch once it gets inspected to confirm your refund. So then they were trying to say like, oh, we might give you a refund, we might not. And I was like, okay, yeah, y'all go ahead and do that, and I'm just wait for the confirmation. And Yeah, it just came through official. We already knew, but yeah, just seeing it in the physicals, something to celebrate. Dang, man. I'm like, you're close. Now I know how Ma feels when she sees me. Like, oh my God. Like, it makes her
Fucking
uncomfortable. She's already so hot.
dog, it's fucking windy outside and my hair's wet. I'm like, I ain't playing around. This coronavirus.
I'm like, I wish, dog. I watched a black video, or it was like a couple of different black comedians talking about coronavirus, and that shit was so hilarious. Like, the beginning is Roy Wood Jr. and Josh Johnson, are two of my favorite black comedians. And then, yeah, there was like two black sisters, and one of them's like, why they named it Corona though? And like she was like, well, the other one was like, well, it doesn't mean like the beer Corona. And she was like, well, it's spelled the same way, like blah, blah, blah. They're just going back and forth, like, why they named it the coronavirus. And then the last round table is Michael, was it Michael Che? I think it was Michael Che and a couple of other people. And the older black comedian, he said coronavirus virus, and everybody at the table was like, what did you just say? And he was like, man, y'all know what it's called. And he was like, no, like, what did you just say though? Like, it, and they just like wouldn't let it go until it finally was like coronavirus. And Michael Che was like, yeah, that's an old black people thing. Like, the older they get, like, yeah, the more s's they add to shit when there ain't supposed to be an s. So he was just like coronavirus.
Corona.
Um, so I didn't watch the video, but I saw a thumbnail. Michael, or not Michael, Neil deGrasse Tyson on Sway's universe, and it, like, the title of the video says Neil deGrasse Tyson debunking coronavirus dot 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 and like some other shit. So I was like, I can't wait to see what that nigga got to say about all this. You know, it's gonna be such a riot.
Yeah, he's so smart. He just like, yeah, he be roasting just because he's so smart. You gotta like listen to catch it too.
Yeah, yeah.
Sunshine. I need to brighten my screen a little bit.
All right, now she got them pretty little pearls in. Pretty pink shirt, pretty pink pearls. All right, now, Miss Pretty, Miss Lovely, Pretty Lovely.
Like, man, I still got my download today. I was like, one of the first things I saw. I was like, ah.
Yeah, when you said you was going to pee, like, I went over to my dresser and looked at a bunch of Shringat, like really royal Shringat, and yeah, I like put in my wings, like my Isis wings, and then put on the jumbo and went and sat back down again. I looked at all these jazzy rings and necklaces and bracelets, and I was like, I just really can't be bothered, but I'm gonna just do this and this.
Yeah, that's the essence right there.
Yeah. Plus,
Got
I
the
already
big bangles.
Jai Shiv Shakti. Diana. Yeah, that was one of the things that Babaji said. He sent out like a couple of suggestions for like just how to keep our health up. And he said make sure that you're wearing a Sri yantra on your body at all times, whether it's like the bracelet or a lot of people have pendants. So yeah, I haven't been sleeping with it on because Last week I was taking it off. I mean, typically I take it off and just leave it on my Monday, and then I wake up and put it on. But yeah, I've been like sleeping with it on as well.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, like it's not the most comfortable for like our wrists and stuff. So yeah, I normally wear it when I go out, but yeah, I've been wearing it every day recently.
Yeah, even sometimes at night, like if it was hurting, like I would just take it off and put it under the pillow next to me, so it's still like really close to me and safe. But
Yeah.
yeah, like on me.
All right. Well, yeah, I give thanks for this. Give thanks for this impulsified source energy here. Just very wild and present. And yeah, just all these high vibes and rich awareness of what's real, what's really going on. And yeah, just the ability to keep our wits about us amidst so many changes and yeah, keep reaching for the clarity even amidst any contrasts and keeping up with our expansions and evolutions and comings and yeah, keeping the faith, really keeping the faith and knowing um, how well taken care of we are, how looked out for we are, just yeah, how Shiv Shakti source, they're just really on it for us, for all of our loved ones. Just making so much goodness happen on our behalf. Yeah, just give thanks for source energy and pulsifying everyone in perfect placement and order and positioning and yeah, present heart spaces and minds. Yeah, steady focus on well-being and harmony and love, which is divine order. We're just rest assured, all is well.
Yeah, giving thanks for our well-being and our good feelings, that we feel good, and the awareness that we deserve to feel good. We're supposed to feel good no matter what is happening around us or in the world. And yeah, give thanks for our well being in every way, all the ways that we're aware of, and so many more that we don't even realize. Just, yeah, profound well being and being so well taken care of by Shiv Shakti. Everything that matters to us, everything that's most important to us, just being so well and divinely coordinated and taken care of for us on our behalf. All of our loved ones being looked after in the best ways and the highest vibes. And thank you for our rich awareness and bringing us together, helping us to flow with the rhythms of life, our inner rhythms, and our connections with each other in harmony and balance and inner peace. And thank you for all our beauty and bounty within and around us, our vibrant health, our radiant supported bodies and beings, all our functions and systems working well and properly and so intelligently and yeah, thank you for freedom, alignment, and Devi life. All right, we're the big chief bar. All right, I see a little mouthpiece. All right, there we go. Jay Devi.
Jay Devi. Like these winds kind of tell me when to go. Don't worry, I'll wait. Y'all do y'all
It's
thing.
like a,
Who
it's
am
like
I?
a,
Human
it's like
mortal.
it's like a surfer trying to catch a wave, and it's like, oh, here come one, here come one. Oh no, just let that one pass. Here we go, here we go. Oh no, 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 next time, next time.
Yeah, I'm like, don't worry, I'm a humble mere mortal. I know who I am. Y'all almighty powerful. Like y'all runs this. I know. I'm over here trying to master the elements.
Trying too hard, trying to make shit work.
Just there with my clean ball. Check your email, you know. I don't know about you guys, but you sit there with your clean, pretty bowl, and I don't know. I'm gonna go check my email.
See how smart you are when the canines come. Yeah, I was like, man, hearing you say that about the extra blanket thing, I remember one of the last things I told Ma to take was this really cozy, soft. It basically looks like a blanket version of your robe. It's like pretty close to that shade of gray, and it's just a really nice, soft, fuzzy blanket. And that's what I wanted to take for him. And she was like, no, they have blankets there. And I was like, yeah, but they ain't gonna give him nothing like this, man. He need
Like
comfort
paper.
home. And she was being cheap about it, so I finally just had to yell like, it hasn't even been washed yet, okay? Like we're gonna wash it and it needs to be washed anyway. So yeah, I was tidying up stuff today, and yeah, I realized that blanket is still here, and I was like, man, that's like the one thing I really wanted for him that I didn't realize she didn't actually pack it. Yeah, she probably just, yeah, picked it up, put it somewhere, and yeah, it was in a random place that it normally isn't. So yeah, she got sidetracked in it. The blanket's still here.
That's wild because I know like the way me and you roll, it's like yeah, like hospitals, airplanes, places like that typically give a blanket, but like I don't know, we've noticed that like a blanket to some people is like a sheet, like a paper sheet, and it's like that's a sheet for us. Like that's not a blanket, you know. So we've learned, I think, for a long time, like, yeah, we always bring our own blankets. Like, even until we go to families' houses, like, we know they're gonna have comforters, we know they're gonna have blankets, but we still bring our own blankets just cause, you know. So yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's just like, yeah, our level of like comfort is just like different, you know. For like most people, like they're fine with like a blanket being a sheet, but like for us, we're like, that's not gonna cut it. Like, yeah, so
Yeah, and I know Pa, like, even though he's not that like picky about certain things like that, like he just kind of like takes whatever. I know that, yeah, he gets cold easily and likes to be comfortable and cozy. So I was like, especially even if he's not thinking about, oh, I want comfort of home, I just want to be warm, like he would really appreciate a blanket like that, you know?
yeah, even yeah, like what you said, the comfort, like Maika, she has, you know, that mermaid tail blanket. She has one at her dad's. She actually had one there first, and then like yeah, we got one, but yeah, she still takes the one from here over there, just because it's something from here and it has like our vibes and energy in it. So when she wants to go to sleep, that's what she uses, is because it's like our vibes, you know, that sense of like comfort, you know.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I know places like that, times like that. Yeah, it's just nice to have something from home when you're in like a foreign, like kind of cold environment, you know? It's like, yeah, it's something from home that carries like that home comfort energy and vibes. Like it, even just the beyond physical comfort, more like, yeah, emotional comfort, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 'Cause yeah, that's what he said today. He was like, when they found out that it's just seems like certain things are taking longer than they were originally told it was gonna happen in, and now now they just feel like they're stuck at a fucking hospital, you know, and nothing's really happening and they don't really know when it's gonna happen. Um, so yeah, they just feel like, man, we would just rather be like waiting at home, you know, if they told us ahead of time, like, oh, the surgery's not gonna happen until like next week, and then there's these other tests and things that need to happen before the actual surgery. Like, yeah, they just yeah, kind of figuring shit out on the fly, it sounds like, you know, which is obviously like annoying if you're in the situation and kind of, yeah, with the whole coronavirus adding to it, it's like, yeah, then you can't even leave, you know, because of
Yeah.
contamination stuff and concern. So it's like once you're in there, like you're just kind of there, you know. Um, yeah, until you can get out. So I don't remember why I started.
Yeah, I mean, the Ave that I was listening to in this in the morning, it was just like reminding us of that like awareness of how we're spending our time and energy in the now, because it was like, you know, they talk about like don't don't nightmare, like don't use the time you have right now to sit there and like say like, oh no, this bad thing's gonna happen, and just sit there and imagine it fully. And they're like, yeah, that's nightmaring. Like, you want to be daydreaming, you want to like imagine what good things are going to happen, like the thing that's going to happen, you want to see it going the way you want it to. Like, you want to spend your time and energy imagining, daydreaming how good it's going to go for you, instead of imagining the worst. And so I was hearing that this morning, and I was like, oh yeah, like just remembering that. And then when I talked to Ma, and you know, it's like the information that the surgeries are happening, like I just like I brought that concept up to her, like that reminder. I was like, oh yeah, I was listening to Abraham, they were talking about that, and I was like, yeah, I was like, you know, it can be frustrating that, you know, you think the surgery's gonna happen, but at the same time, like maybe you just want to spend this time um, before it happens to actually like think about what you do want to happen, you know? And I was like, maybe I'll have a little bit of time to like gather your wits, kind of gather your thoughts, and yeah, like, focus it in the direction you would like things to go. So, um, yeah, just remembering that natural, like sometimes when I feel like I'm waiting or like something, yeah, like, and especially waiting, I realize that I'm like, yeah, honestly, I feel like I could like better my vibes up. Um, and like, yeah, usually that's what happens with waiting is I feel like it's kind of like just like an extra, like, kind of like a blessing of like, yeah, I don't know, like, just like, yeah, extra time. I don't know, it always feels like a gift of time for me because I feel like, yeah, I kind of needed that to readjust my vibes, or like maybe it wasn't in the best place that it could have been. So I always feel like, yeah, as annoying as waiting can be, I realize like, yeah, I usually feel anxiety in waiting. So yeah, just like use that time to be like, yeah, like, I don't know, maybe you could chill out more. Maybe you could like, yeah, just focus, direct energy a little better in the directions I would want it to go. So yeah, that's what I was trying to like remember some nice things to send them. Meanwhile, they're waiting and the waiting of like things they can focus on and yeah, kind of better utilize their energy towards.
Yeah, definitely. That's a really great, yeah, great reminder. Yeah, I kind of reflected some things like that to her, but in a really different way. But it's, yeah, the essence is like see it as a blessing, this extra time that you have, and yeah, utilize it in a positive way. So I was, yeah, just reminding her to like do that pre-paving. But yeah, yours is more like kinda like taking the time to like do the pre-paving of intentions, and I think, yeah, I was more just telling him like, because I've been realizing I feel like it's like a vacation in disguise for them because both of them, like, I can just tell every day, like, they're so done with the shop, like, they really don't wanna be doing that every day, but just keep doing it. So, I'm like, it's not exactly like a beach tropical getaway vacation. You're, like, in a sterile, cold, beeping room. But yeah, at least like you're not at the shop and you don't have to be like working in that sense to do something that you really don't want to do. You do the potential to relax is there and like do
Yeah.
nothing if you want and like just rest and really just be. So yeah, I was more reflecting it in that way of just like appreciate it and like know that whatever's happening, even if it gets stressful or uncomfortable, just yeah, keep trusting and affirming that it is working out for the best way, and whatever's happening, there is divine reason for it. So just keep trusting it. And yeah, I just was really encouraging both of them to relax more than anything. Just make sure that they're not stressed or worrying about anybody or anything, and just really try to stay as relaxed and calm as possible. So yeah, I said that to both of them. Just yeah, Paul was just telling him like, yeah, make sure you're just relaxing and not worrying. But yeah, the other stuff to Ma, like yeah, the reminders of the divine flow.
Yeah. Yeah. hmm Yeah, they just need some nice little reminders. So yeah, I went through my little my native deck and I texted her like an important one that was kind of like that, those vibes. Um
Mm.
and so yeah. Yeah, just little messages, help them along their way, stay focused, because yeah, it's yeah, it is kind of their journey right now. Like we're here holding it down in such a powerful way. But yeah, it is something really big between them two that's going on. Um, so yeah, just yeah, I've been like really like, yeah, just kind of honestly wanting them to surrender, to like really just give into it all, like just really stop the pushing against. It's like once you're at that point, it's like Yeah, it's like, yeah, just kind of need to back off as much as possible, like really stop the struggle, the resistance, and the fight. So, yeah, just really surrender at that point. So, yeah, glad they're
Yeah,
having some talks.
yeah, it's like, yeah, they really haven't been spending very much time together because at the shop they're so busy. It's like mostly store related, like business communication. And then at home, I've actually been like mostly for the most part eating dinner with them. So it's like I'm a good distraction, and like we just laugh and have fun basically. So yeah, like every of course every once in a while, like they just took that weekend trip, so it was just the two of them in the car for like 3 hours each way. So yeah, they have had some alone time together, but this is like, yeah, literally all day every day for like a good week. It's maybe they're just the two of them, it's like, yeah, these people are quarantining mom. So she's like not even supposed to leave the room technically, she's supposed to just like be there confined. Like we can't come in, she can't even come out. That's what they're trying to tell her at that level. So it's literally like the two of them stuck in a fucking room. And yeah, they got a lot of time to talk shit out. And that wasn't one of the last things that I actually talked to Pa about when it was just me and him in the room yesterday before I left. Um, yeah, I was just asking him like how are you feeling in your mind about everything, and he was just like, yeah, I feel fine, I feel good, blah blah blah. And then he started talking about the shop, and I was just like, yeah, listening to him talking about all this stuff, like telling Gomush Mama to do certain things, telling Bobby to do certain things. And I was like, listen, I was like, I know that you can't be there physically and you want the shop to be open. So maybe like these other people, I was like, you have to remember these other people have their own jobs. Like Bobby has a day job. Gomush Mama has his own job. I was like, are you going to be okay with the shop just like closing? Like, what if it just has to be closed for a few days? And then he was just like, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's fine if it has to be, but like basically it'd be nice if somebody could open it like part day. And then I told him, I was like, this basically, yeah, like I feel like everything is like not even blessings in disguise. It's like really obvious blessings. There's fucking coronavirus going on anyway. Your shop really ain't even supposed to be open. Like I've told him, I was like, y'all not even supposed to be having the shop open. Like y'all not supposed to be going to work. And yeah, the shop shouldn't be open technically right now anyway. So yeah, I just feel like it seems more dramatic for people that are hard-headed and like not really aware of universal laws. But yeah, I feel like it's that realization of like, yeah, everything's happening as like specific answers. And yeah, it's not even blessings like in disguise. It's just like really obvious blessings of just what needs to happen, like universal intervention. Yeah, just divine cosmic forces coming through and be like, y'all just like, oh, move over. Like, let us handle this shit. Like, go lay down in a hospital bed for a week, like, let us take care of some shit for you.
For real. Yeah, Jay Devi, all that. Like, yeah, just I think it's really funny because yeah, it's like really like kind of like a tragedy and dramatic, but it's like yeah, honestly, like it's really challenging for a lot of people because they have to like stay home, like not socialize or interact, like basically not use external things to distract themselves. They actually have to like deal with their own thoughts and emotions in isolation. And then on top of that, it's like actually spend time with your own family. Like this is really hard for a lot of people. Like people are losing their shit about like just fucking spending some time alone with family. Like it's so hard for people.
I know. That's why I was really fucking feeling you because yeah, when I was on YouTube for the comedy clips, I saw Lavender added a couple more things to her story. So I saw the ones that you were talking about. and then she added some more within the past day or so. And yeah, one of them was this really funny little like clip that she had made, and it just said yeah, like it starts out like everybody going in panic, and there's just like a bunch of her multiplied all over the screen, like oh no, like she's like dramatizing people's like reactions to like yeah, the stuff happening, like oh my god, like, and then it goes to like showing her at home looking like a boss Devi with her little like cute briefcase. And she's just like, yeah, like basically I'm already an introvert and I run my own business from home. So I like to stay at home, and yeah, this isn't affecting me any differently because I'm doing what I do every day because I'm the boss. And yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm really feeling us because yesterday when we were standing outside the hospital, like Deshnabin and Veer were talking about how people are going crazy without their routines, and they were including themselves in it. Like, yeah, like what do we do? Like we can't go to work, we can't go to the gym, like all these things that they're used to doing, or like going out to eat, like they do on the regular, like they all of a sudden like aren't doing it. So they're having to figure out ways to do it at home. So yeah, Deshaven said that they all did a bunch of like jump rope, like her, like just their whole family just like did a bunch of like jump rope. And I was like, I don't know, you could just like mop the floor, do some gardening, like actually do housework if you really wanted to exercise. But oh, I just spit in my hair. Can you see that? Um, if you really wanted to exercise and you feel like, oh no, I can't even go to the gym, it's like just do some fucking shit around the house. That's what people have been doing for ages to get
Yeah.
exercise and be
Do you know
fit.
what?
And
Dog, yeah, I was losing it this morning thinking about like how this literally affects us in no way at all because like yeah, I'm just like it's basically like calling us back to like our old ways of like more intuitive like presence, and just flowing. And that's like cuz we're already in that so deeply. It's like yeah, it's nothing out of the ordinary, but yeah, I was just like really losing it this morning how like yeah, we're going through other things, but it's like my day really don't look any different than it always does, Like it's a very just like typical day. And yeah, I think it's really funny that it took a virus to like like that's so retarded. Like that's so retarded because
yeah,
I've thought about
yeah,
that in other periods of times where like like oh like everyone just had like the bubonic plague and dies from like I don't know like dysentery or like coughing up blood, just like stupid shit that just sounds really ridiculous that like an entire like community or species just gets wiped out because it's like you said, like hard headed, like y'all really not getting it, like y'all aren't evolving or keeping up with the frequency. So it's like some just illness comes and just like wipes everybody out. And so yeah, then like we're here and I'm like, it's 2020 and like I don't know, like we've just been hearing about shit like this in history. We haven't like really like like at least in our lifetime, like it's something you just read about in the history book. But it's like, yeah, 2020, the coronavirus happened. Like, yeah, we came this far and still like need a virus to get everybody to like evolve.
yeah. I feel like those like kind of plagues and stuff there, yeah, like kind of just wipe out certain populations or groups of people, and same with natural disasters, like somehow like something just gets created from all the contrast, and low vibes, and it manifests into something that, yeah, just takes certain populations out over time, and then it's like, yeah, the earth and humanity like restabilize actually get better. But yeah, everything that you just said, I'm definitely been noticing that about the coronavirus itself. And even just like Pa specifically, like he's been kind of making like his baby steps on his own to like eat healthier and just be healthier, but he really hasn't been putting as much effort as he could into it. So yeah, it's like something like this happens. Yeah, like I just think it's also symbolic, the heart is literally blocked, the blood isn't flowing, oxygen, air isn't flowing, it's constructed, like, yeah, it's just it's really obvious.
Oh my gosh, dog. Thursday night and like yesterday morning, my heart was hurting so bad. And like, I didn't know, but like, just that feeling, like, cause I was like tapping.
Wait,
So I felt
Thursday night, today's Thursday.
okay. Um, not last night, but the night before then. Okay, the night it happened,
Okay.
days, time. The night it happened, I remember like my heart was hurting and I was like tapping because I was like trying to just breathe and lay down, but it felt like, yeah, I didn't realize it till you said the word constricted. Like, yeah, it felt constricted. And so like, yeah, I felt like that 2 nights ago and then like yesterday morning. And I remember I had to like, yeah, just actually like tap and like it was just like a little bit of effort to take like a full breath and felt like it opened back up normally, like this, because it felt like this. And yeah,
Yeah.
that's why just like hearing that in those more like kind of scientific terms of like what's going on with the heart in those kind of conditions. And yeah, I've been feeling that like my heart too, like just yeah, just for real, like not ignoring it, like not. Cause yeah, honestly, I have been feeling a lot of pain in my heart. Like, yeah, but it's like I'm trying to like focus on other shit and be like mental and like physically doing things. And it's like, yeah, it's like it's the fucking heart. Like it's like it's yeah, it's the heart, Yeah. Yeah,
Exactly. I'm
that's so
thinking
deep.
about something. Yeah, I've been thinking about something that Shakur said like a really long time ago. Um, and I feel like it's really clear in our family, particularly. He said the connection, the way that he broke it down was like the mother's and the son's hearts are connected, and like the daughter and the father's hearts are connected. Like that's a spiritual connection. What I can't remember is if he said the father has the daughter. I think he said the daughter has the father's heart. So like whatever the heart of the father is, like whatever makes that father's heart, the daughter has that, and the same goes for a son and a mother. Like that was the way he explained the connection spiritually. And the reason why he said that was because I was, yeah, like expressing my difficulties and challenges and like, yeah, in my relationship with Pa. So he was like, just, yeah, basically like whatever, like just know that your hearts are connected. So by healing whatever's in your heart, it will help him heal whatever's in his heart, because there's like a shared essence or something. So yeah, that's kind of been on my mind lately anyway, just as a reminder to like just be patient and compassionate, when it's like really hard dealing with him sometimes. But yeah, it's just, yeah, within the past few days I've really been remembering that too, because yeah, I know we both, and then Dimmer too, like Boya's been expressing, yeah, just all of us have been realizing kind of certain things about them. So I was like, I don't know, did he all of a sudden, just not all of a sudden, but yeah, has he been feeling like all of ours rage and shit too, and like all that pain, energetically. So yeah, lots of different factors and energies manifesting. Which yeah, that's what I told him too. I was like, yeah, man, and when you get home, we're gonna have a good talk about like what changes you're gonna make, right? And I was like, you realize like, yeah, that it's not like an option anymore. It's not optional anymore. Like you have to you have to do things differently. And he was like, yeah, yeah, I know. So I was like, all right, man, just so you know what you're coming home to. Like, yes, there's gonna be gentleness and love and kindness and healing, but that also means like, yeah, having real talks and making some choices and commitments that aren't like the most comfortable ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's funny how that happens. Like, yeah, if we don't deal with it, it finds a way somehow. Because it's like, yeah, they're literally like, yeah, I'm just realizing that when I'm hearing you talk about like Moz being quarantined, like, yeah, they're literally gonna just be like them two, like just them two for days. So I'm like, um, yeah, it's just, I think that's really fucking funny.
I know. I was like, maybe because, yeah, like the only person that might be allowed to go in, I don't know, is Dishnabin because she has her little doctor's medical access card or whatever. So yeah, she was just like a little like angel, like letting herself into the building. Like that's how I was just seeing her last night, a little like medical fairy angel, because she's like so little. And she was just feeling really sparked up last night because yeah, she's getting to like fulfill her purpose like firsthand with fam, you know. She like literally can't, she's not working this week, so she's just literally just yeah, home with fam, you know, like yeah, she's not getting to do like her jobs. So yeah, this just manifests and yeah, she just got to I could just see how good it felt to her. Like it made her feel really good about herself and her purpose. Because she got to show up for her family in that way, you know, and that was really fulfilling for her just to be so like giving with it. So yeah, she might be able to get access into like being allowed in their room, but yeah, it doesn't look like anyone else is going to be around there until they come out. So yeah, they get to have some good talks, you know, get to start doing some work.
It reminds me of this Abraham that I heard like way back in Miami, and they were talking about this one lady.
She made him get on the freeway and so they could talk.
Yeah, 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 like a one-way freeway that don't have any exits for hours. Like once you get on, you can't get off. You have to keep going for hours. Yeah, so it was one of those sort of like turnpike vibes. Like, yeah, like once you're on for hours. So yeah, um, yeah, I just think that's really funny because it's like that Garden State doctor. He's like, no, you're gonna have to find a way to deal with those things in your head because whatever's in there is it's gonna find its way out. So, like you gotta deal with that shit, son. Pills or no pills, like deal with it. You know, handle that. So yeah. Um, yeah, we tried to tell them, we tried to encourage them, but you know, they're just gonna do it in their own way, their own timing, and it just is gonna be a hospital quarantine coronavirus type moment in place, time and space.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just a time that's so stupid because it's like it has nothing to do with the coronavirus while they're actually at the hospital, but
right.
like they're definitely being affected by the placement and timing of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what I told them at dinner the other night. I was like, I was like, you guys know what I realized though? I was like, if anything, like Indians are going to survive this thing. I was like, it's not going to take us out. I was like, we're too resilient. We've been through too much over our history. I was like, this isn't going to take us out. I was like, we're too smart. And we just kind of like laughed about it, you know, and then literally like this was actually the night that it happened. We all see this is also something really interesting. We actually did the DSS for the first time together. Like Paul didn't like really chant the beach out loud, but he at least did some of the open. Well, really, he just did Guru Brahma. Like he jumped in for that, but basically that was the only thing he said out loud. But he did like actively sit there with us, like with the actual book and like look through the book, which is the first time he's done that. He's never actually looked through the book with us. He has just sat there and like listened or taken a nap or some shit like that. But this was his first like most active time. So me and Mama are chanting the beach. He's sitting there like going through the book with us. This was the very first time we did that night, you know, like after dinner. That's what we did together. So I was just like reflecting on that because I was like, how did this happen if we just did Durga Sapshati together? And I was like, maybe because like he just really needed some fucking help, some spiritual G help, that it like just a little taste of the Durga Sapshati, because those beads, that's what they're designed to do. They clear shit out, you know, they clear out like past negative impressions in the psyche, like from the floor. They just start releasing stuff. So it was that very night actually. So anyway, after we did the Durga Sapshati, we were sitting around and Ma was like trying to show me some funny shit on her phone, like funny messages from family about the coronavirus. So I actually, yeah, like some of them weren't funny, but there was a couple that stood out that were really genuinely funny to me, and most of them were toilet paper related, and they're from Sarojba. So I just thought that was a really nice insight into like another like low key chachundi, which I kind of been wondering because I feel like Dikumasi is a chachundi from the stuff that Dimmer tells me. So it's just been kind of in my mind, like, yeah, she's one that we might want to reconnect with. But then, yeah, seeing the messages from Soroj, like that she thought was funny enough to send to a family chat, I was like, yeah, she's got a Chuchundi vibe about her too. There's like really stupid toilet paper vibes. Um, yeah, so we were sitting around just like laughing at the messages, and then I kept scrolling, and we have a cousin in Canada. They sent like a picture of the front page of a newspaper article. So it was like an Indian guy in India, like in an Indian newspaper writing about the coronavirus. And he said from like a medical research standpoint, everything that I said about how we're too resilient and we've been through too much, that it's not going to affect us. He had like statistics of how India has like barely been touched by this thing, and like the very few people that have, literally nobody died. Like everybody has made a full recovery, I think. Um, so it's like, yeah, they're like it's like a cold or something, you know, it's like an chew to them, you know. And then he goes on one of the very last passages. It's like we're surrounded by in India here in India, we're surrounded by so much filth and pollution that blah blah blah. And I was like, yo, this nigga, I was thinking about, like, think about the Ganga River. I was like, if she's not even contaminated and Indian people don't get sick off of her, then like yeah, so that's just been like building in my mind for days. And then here's like an actual, like, official, legit with statistics and everything article, just like fact after fact, just really showing and affirming that, like, we're good. Like, we gonna make it through this one.
Dog, I had that feeling so strong this morning of just like, yeah, like India and Indian people. I was like, we go through so much in our lives that like this really is nothing. Like it's really nothing. And it's like, yeah, not even the worst thing or most tragedy or most scary, like none of that. And I don't know, I was like making my little fries or whatever. And I was like, I actually want light seasoning because I wanted to make a curry mayo, and then I still put like extra harder on the fries, and then I had harder in the curry mayo, and I was just laughing at harder in India, and I was like, the mistress of spices, I was like, y'all ain't finna catch me slipping, you ain't finna catch me with that coronavirus. Like, yeah, like I like white people take like turmeric pills and stuff because they like don't know how to cook with it or eat it, you know. So it's like Yeah, I just
Yeah.
noticed like a straight up impulse like to just want to put harder on everything and then realizing like, oh yeah, like also by the way, this is just going to be really good um for my health too, but I was just doing it cuz of flavor, you know. So I was feeling Indian
Yeah,
all of that. Yeah. Just the
so
way we
funny. I
roll is
do
so
that
different.
too. Yeah, I've been doing that too. Like on the stuff that I really don't want to taste a harder vibe, I just put a little bit for the medicinal quality. But then the stuff that I'm like, yeah, I would love it to actually taste like that, then yeah, I've been going ham on it. And it's stuff that I like normally wouldn't even put harder on. I've just been really wilding out with it. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, all of our realizations for real. It's like, and that's that another aspect that I've been thinking about, like what a blessing it is that we are Indian, is our perspective on death. And actually, Bridget helped me realize this because, yeah, we've kind of both, yeah, just our journeys, we've supported each other through death a couple times by now. So yeah, she said that years ago, how she just really appreciates my perspective on death. And she was like, I think it's so beautiful that you come from a culture that views death as a like a sacred, like liberating experience and not this like sad, shitty, like grieving only kind of experience, like just like seeing it as just the next phase rather than a loss and just they're gone forever kind of vibe. Because yeah, that's why she can't and like hasn't been able to yet let go of the two cats that have transitioned, you know. And yeah, I feel like yeah, I might never be fully over pickles. I feel like yeah, I haven't been affected to like anywhere close to the level that she has by the two cats that she experienced the deaths of. Because yeah, just I don't know, like I I still feel like he's here, you know. I'd just be feeling him so much, like, especially when there's certain breezes that blow, I'd just be like, "All right, boo, I feel you when the wind blowing," you know? Um, so yeah, I do appreciate that, you know, that obviously like I can't physically hug him and stuff, but sometimes I'll just stand by right where he's buried and just like feel that. Like that's what I do like every day and night when I just take a moment to pause next to him. Um, yeah, I'll just feel that feeling of of what it feels like to hug him, you know, just that burst of love energy, like pure love energy. All right, boo, I see you blowing in the wind.
Yeah,
Money
it
blowing.
was really it was picking up as you were talking about him and feeling him. So I was like, shit, I'm over here feeling him too. Yeah, the pumpkin be talking about him a lot though, like a lot.
She probably can feel him now more than like now that he's like just source. Um, well, I don't know exactly where he is on his journey if he's taken another incarnation yet, but yeah, I feel like she started talking about him a lot right after he transitioned because she could. I just felt like she was feeling his spirit back in his like source essence, even more than when he was in his physical body.
Yeah.
And I also like, yeah, another perspective of like, yeah, sometimes I do feel like, oh, I miss him and I just like wish I could hug him. And I need to feel the sadness of that. For the most part, it's not a sad thing because I immediately realize like, oh, well, at least I know. Like I feel like he really taught me that, like what the feeling of that kind of love is, you know, like for okay, it was just like fine talking about it and then I like almost started crying. Yeah, I really do feel like for a long time I didn't have anyone to like hug, you know, physically just to feel that like really pure love from, and I always had him, you know. Like even if he like really wasn't sweating me or really wasn't trying to hug me, I'll just like pick him up and hold him and just like squeeze him and breathe into that, you know. So I feel like rather than being sad that like, oh, I can't just like pick him up whenever I want, I'm like that was a really huge gift that he gave me just to know what that's like. And now I can literally recall that feeling anytime and I don't like have to be hugging him because it was so real and it is still so real and profound that I still feel it every time I even just like yeah, like think about hugging him or just like burying my face in his fur, you know. Mm. So yeah, we get to choose our focus, whether we're gonna just like keep feeling sad for what we don't have or if we wanna like appreciate that we did have it and that we still have access to it, you know.
Yeah, I've just been like laughing at that. Like, it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all thing. Cause I've always been like, I don't know about that shit. And yeah, I just finally caught myself that I have caught up I have caught up with that of like being able to appreciate the love that was always real, the essence of it all, despite what like changes happen physically, you know, just really connecting with the essence of love. And so yeah, I was just like kind of laughing at like my growth and like realizing like, oh yeah, finally like can resonate with that quote after just being like that's bullshit. But yeah, that's so beautiful that you did that like while he was there, like really connected with that, like how it's yeah, such an unconditional pure love, you know, and really just connected with what that feels like. And yeah, now you have like conscious access to that whenever you want, you know, because I think that's the pain that a lot of people do feel is like they don't make that connection that like that's the physical manifestation of that energy of love, you know, and they just like
Wow.
don't make that discernment. And you made that he's like kind of like that conduit for you, the vessel that like through which it showed up for you, you know. And
Mhm.
so it's like you're able to like appreciate and love him, but also like beyond his form, like just like what he gave to you, like energetically, like spiritually. And so that's something like that can also like never be taken away, you know?
Yeah, and it's like such a huge like source of support, you know, to help me like realize, yeah, the unconditionalness of it that like he showed up physically to help me even like experience what that feels like and to have a being to like cultivate that with like through safety and trust, you know, and like that real like healthy intimacy with him. And then yeah, now it's like he's not here physically, so not only can I just remember what it feels like to feel that love, but also realize that, yeah, like like I can't feel that without me and my inner being, you know? So it's also like, yeah, like getting to feel what that love feels like shared with another being, an entity, and then also like without him here physically, like I still feel that feeling when I think of him. And also, it reminds me that this is something that I want to be doing for myself just every day, you know, like I want and need and deserve to feel this level of love, you know, these bursts and real like vibrations of love. Cause yeah, like I live with family and like, yeah, we love each other, but that vibration of love that's on that level, like me and Pika, like I don't get that from our parents, you know, like I don't get that feeling when I hug them or interact with them, you know, there is a love vibration, but it's a really different frequency from like the purity and the height of his love, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's another whole like layer and realization to that is like, wow, yeah, like that was such a normal part of my life and I haven't been giving myself that and I haven't necessarily been experiencing that because like I haven't been hugging anyone like that or just like really interacting at that level like physically, you know, like with another person or being. So, yeah, yeah, like since he transitioned, you know, like I haven't seen your Micah in person. So it's like, yeah, like without actually like hugging him and just, yeah, it's like just me and me. And, you know, like that's what was making me sad sometimes is like, oh no, like he was like the one person that I could hug, you know, and just feel like, yeah, get my dose of daily love and then feeling, yeah, just how my vibrations been the most inspired and lit up lately, you know. And yeah, I had a really deep moment the other night. I was ceremonying with him and realized like Leo was literally right above us. And I was like, damn, it was just such a physical, clear manifestation of like, I still got you, you know, and I'm still like right here with you. So yeah, just like making me realize that I have this support and like access to feel that within myself, you know. Like I don't even need him even though he is still here to help with that and to just be that, but yeah, that I do still have that in myself and yeah, I think that's like really hard to remember sometimes. That's why most people are always in a relationship so they like feel loved every single day, you know, like have a person to tell them and like hug them and stuff. And when you don't have those kind of relationships with another person, it can be really hard, you know, like however you're related. So yeah, just it was really deep, you know, realizing that like wow, I didn't feel that for so long, and then I all of a sudden did with him, and then yeah, when he left, I haven't been feeling that on like a daily basis. Like I always just had one moment, however brief of seconds or minutes it was with him. I had that every single day just because we saw each other, you know, and would be together in our own way like that. So yeah, just I've been feeling good, but like that, yeah, just realizing that profound level and vibration of love. Yeah, I would like to make that a more regular, consistent part of my life, every day. Oh, you so stupid. I'm so glad you're recording this. You can like watch this back and see yourself, like how hilarious it is. Like Big Chief thinks she's getting left behind in a smoking room. Like the franticness and like determination to like get a light, like close to when I am. Like you weren't even like watching yourself or what you were doing. Like literally, like I'm watching your screen and you're looking on my side of the screen. Like, oh, where's she at? How much is she ripping? Yeah, it's funny because like I really don't feel like I'm a competitive person. So it's like it's really just that feeling of getting left out, left behind. It's just like, yeah, purely like don't start without me. Like, yeah, like wait for me. Yeah, that's funny that you just said the word competitive because it just popped into my head before you said it out loud. I was like, I think that's the most competitive I've ever seen you, like large, like I think that's the most worked up I've ever seen you. I was like, I think that's the most competitive I ever see you is like in a really stoner way. Like and yeah, it is because you don't want to get left behind, but yeah, it does have this like competitive kind of vibe to it in a
That's
really
re-
way.
yeah, it's funny because it's probably like I got tired of like losing or like feeling like yeah, you may be like yeah, I'm just like losing, and then like yeah, find my arena where I can shine and be successful, you know.
You know, it's like your success story. The like the top quote is like, I just wanted to be great at something.
Just wanted to outshine her in something, and I knew that I could outsmoke her. I just knew I had to find a special gift that she didn't have, a special quality that she didn't possess.
I
I
found
knew
the
that.
weak spot.
Yeah, yeah. I found her kryptonite. Weak lungs.
She got them soft lungs. Yeah, big chief, you know.
Yeah, at your service.
Oh, yeah, there's a page that I've been meaning to send you a picture of for my Devi Mahatmyam book. And specifically, it's because it talks about Mahadevi, like the title Mahadevi. And then right after that, they say Maha something, which means I can't remember the other one, which is why I gotta find it. But yeah, basically, I was thinking like how Mahadevi came to you as like Mahadevi Kush. I thought it was really cool because I was like, there's another one that means like sovereign, like Maha something. The second word is different, like Mahadevi, they like the great goddess, and the other one was like the something sovereign. I can't remember the word, but I was
Wow.
like, oh, there's two of them, like Maha this and Maha that, but um. It's funny, it talks about sovereign right here, but it's not. Got a couple of different bookmarks and stuff. Yeah, this should just get so deep. It's like the Wolves book, how I would always want you to send me pictures, and it's like, yeah, you're too busy experiencing it. That's how this is. Like every time I read it, I'm like, oh, I gotta send her a picture of that, and then I'm just like so in the experience of it. I don't know. I was geeking out the past, honestly, yeah. Starting, I don't know, like 3, 4 days ago, I've been reading this every morning and night. It's been a really nice ritual. I didn't do it last night, I'm realizing, but yeah, just to start and end my day with this, literally, I've been feeling a lot better. So yeah, there's some pages that when I find them, I'm definitely gonna take pictures of and send you, but That was just something that I remembered of when I was like taking note of Mahadevi Kush, the big chief.
Hey Debbie, I gotta pee. So do you need to pee or anything? Are you good?
I mean, yeah, I could pee, but mine's also just like right there too. So yeah, it doesn't. I guess I'll just go ahead and go since you are, but yeah.
Okay, all right, cause yeah, the big chief finished her bowl, so I was like, I could just like go put the phone in the room and then go pee and then come back. Or if I don't know if you wanted to pause it and then call you back, or just should I just go put it in the room for a minute while I go pee?
Um, I don't know. I heard everything when you were saying it, but I was also reading. So
Yeah,
now,
I just
so
realized I was like, dang, she was up in that book. So dang, I'm trying to talk to her while she was reading. What am I thinking? Um,
yeah, I'm like over here. Yeah, I think just do whatever you feel is best. I don't know.
all right, I'm not trying to make you think or make you
I swear you.
got your you got your nose in a book. All right, I'll be back.
Damn, this fucking after. Hello there. I think I might go sit in the sun now. Looks like it's probably cool enough to take this on the road.
Okay, yeah, I got hungry, so I'm rewarming up my food, and yeah,
Oh, okay.
chilly. I'm chilly, so I'm gonna hibernate in the room for a little bit.
Yeah, that sounds nice. I was just looking at the sun on the garden and the grass out there and realizing, yeah, I haven't really sat outside today, and I want to do that before sunset. Good. Oh, I was trying to zoom in. This ain't glide. Yeah, this is the prayer that Paul did, and that's it.
Yeah, it was like really stupid because I was like, oh, she was reading like, let me read, and then I was like reading a page, and I was like, oh, this is real nice, this is real nice, and then yeah, I just like read a part about the Divine Mother, and then I'm just like, oh, and then I just like start kind of feeling like I'm gonna cry again. So I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, is she back? Yeah, is she back? Where's she at? Where's she at?
I think I realized, yeah, I got up because I kept hearing you, but I couldn't see you. So I just kept reading in the book, and then it sounds like right when I actually got up to go walk into the bathroom, you came back and sat down. So yeah. Then I was like, I remember being so blazed at one point that I completely zoned out and forgot that I was on a video call with you and that I was recording it, and just realizing like, oh yeah, my pee's probably really close, like the sound of it loud as fuck. Like the camera's probably just picking up the sound of me peeing, but you can't even see me, and I forgot that it was recording. You just missed me spitting out water on myself. Um yeah, like
Oh,
I had a retarded moment.
okay, well, good thing we're recording so I can go back and laugh.
It wasn't like Napoleon status, but yeah, you could definitely say water from my chin.
I think I've seen throughout my reels.
Yeah, because I was like looking, like really like, look, look, look. I'm like, shit, do I need a sweater? It looks kind of breezy, but I just don't like my, I don't like a cold shoulder. Yeah, I'm being so cheap. I'm like, no, that's clean. That's clean. I'm like, oh gosh, everything's clean.
That's so wild that y'all do that and y'all have a washer and dryer at home.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm being so cheap. Like, if literally everything was clean, I would just pick something. But I actually realized one of the things that's not freshly washed is what I really want to wear because it's got pockets too and a hood in case, yeah, I want to cover. Like to protect my neck and shit. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do know how you like to protect your neck. I do know.
Hidden. Alright, so yeah. Have we tested if if we plug in headphones and we're recording a Skype session, does it still record the audio on both ends?
I'm not. I'm not sure. I'm not
Honestly,
sure.
noticed it because I just saw a message from Baya come in, and yeah, so I was distracted by just trying to quickly glance at what it said to see if it was anything like urgent, and then yeah, that completely like bypassed in my brain that I burped really crazy at the same time. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, I got a text from him like when I was outside still, so I got distracted with that for a moment. Noticing he texted us a little update.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I started like coughing and sneezing in the bathroom. I was like, oh, I think I need to go sit in the sun.
but
Not bong. I think it's yeah, like my system is just a bong. Yeah, I'm gonna water the plants too. I brought them out here days ago. I thought it was gonna rain. So they're like sitting in the sun too. They're all the porch plants. So I was like, shit, man. They look really thirsty.
yeah, every
See
time.
that? I saw it. I'm just glad I got my sweater.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Glad it's warm.
okay, yeah. It's like our
It's starting to sound kind of choppy though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ac-
Oh,
Actually, I think it's like I don't know what it is today, but like really soon it's gonna be like 6 months
wow.
back to the earth properly. To like, yeah, kind of like clear the space and yeah, like straight up plant something there. I don't know what yet. So,
Hey Devi, do you need to like maybe turn your Wi-Fi off and use your phone network, or do you think it's okay?
I just I just did that. So can you hear me
Uh,
now?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see and
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just like literally stopped walking and just stood there and was doing that and heard your
hear.
voice again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the network, I was like, damn, that shit's like pretty much full. It's like 4 or 5 bars. So yeah, see, this shit's windy out here. Post up over here, wait for the sun to come back up behind the cloud. You know how Surya light is gonna shine for it, Devi.
Uh-huh, I know that's right. Yeah, the sun was shining good while I was out there, and then yeah, I got chilly, but I can see it coming and going still.
Yeah, I was like all excited about my stand. I forgot it. That's one of the reasons why I bought it was because we be vibing so much when I'm outside. Inside, I always find stuff to prop my phone with, but out here, sometimes I'll be like, oh, I just have to hold it, kind of make
Hmm.
it like a makeshift with my shoes.
Yeah, that's what I usually use is my shoes, and then I'm like, man, if I have that even sometimes. Smells like my butter jar done. Huh? क्या बात है?
क्या बात है? Oh yeah, she's really like perfect time of day to be up. I didn't even try to come fuck with it earlier. I was like, nah, this.
Y'all eating good?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've been eating at least like, yeah, just like fat plates, if not like 3 times a day, maybe like twice a day.
Yeah.
Ma, I packed like honestly like my favorite, like what I think is her best snacks. I packed a bag of that and then just left it all with her. So she definitely has snacks, and I don't know what she's doing about meals. Yeah, Food Ben is real close by, and she said, she could either bring her food or Ma could come eat with them at the house. So I don't know what they're doing, but Pa's getting his meals from the hospital. Um,
Yeah, I was like, they got a whole network there. They must be on it.
yeah, yeah, between Ma and Pa at the hospital, and then like Veer and Krishna close by. I'm sure, yeah, they got some kind of game plan.
I don't know. I was like, if they was sounding so bored, maybe that's something for them to do too.
Right. Yeah, I think mommy and Gomish mama stopped by earlier. They were on their way to Sam's Club, and she brought me some pasta salad for lunch.
Aw.
Yeah, I thought that was so sweet. They came and she was like, "Yeah, we were trying to call you." And I was like, "Yeah, my phone's still on. She's doing my sadhana, you know." Yeah, so it just kind of like gave me a report uh about like, yeah, whatever they had last talked about with Ma and Pa. And yeah, dropped me off some food. Gomish mama just sat in the van the whole time. That's what I love about them, is just, I don't know, like they do kind of like do the family thing, like the appropriate, like, oh, what would a good family do? But they also like yeah, there's those little things like that where they don't feel obligated to like those niceties. Like the car ride home is the perfect example. We talked like maybe 3 times for just like a few seconds here and there. Literally, like none of us were talking the whole car ride home, and I just, yeah, I really appreciate that. And I was really taking note of how comfortable it felt. I was like, wow, I feel really safe and relaxed and just really comfortable with us, the three of us just sitting here listening to Arijit Singh, like every single song. It must have been some kind of Arijit Singh mix, and yeah, like nobody was talking.
That's great. Just at ease, at ease.
Yeah,
Look what I did. Look what I did.
damn, that looks fire.
This has basil. I put basil.
Oh, that's the curry mayo with basil in it.
Yeah, it's like fresh Thai basil.
Damn, that looks fire. Yeah, when I first saw it, it looked like green, so I thought it was like a really fire avocado kind of like dip for salsa. But yeah, that fresh basil, Thai basil, that looks really good too. Yeah, I've been fucking with that buffalo sauce and just like sauces in general.
Damn, I still gotta get that.
Yeah, actually, I had tostadas before our rendezvous, and that's what I put buffalo sauce. Like I still cut up fresh, like jalapeno, tomato, um, oh, and lettuce. I was like, I know there was three vegetables that I picked. I was like, all right, I'm gonna pick three vegetables. That's what I'm gonna cut. That's what's gonna make the cut. So yeah, it was those three, and then I just put like buffalo sauce. I mixed like buffalo sauce and this really fire. It's like a garlic nando sauce. It's just kind of like garlicky and well spiced and a little bit tangy, like lime tangy. So I really like it with Mexican food.
Is that the one I sent y'all?
I don't
The
know,
the
maybe it's
garlic
a
peri peri. It's like a skinny
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I sent
Okay.
that.
All right now, Mija, I did not know that. Thanks for letting me know because I've been fucking that up every day.
Grocery outlet, girl.
Dog, I was just thinking about grocery outlet because I was looking at like essential oils on Amazon the other night because I've been like I realized I've been going ham on Ma's lavender. I thought I had one of my own, but I don't. So I've actually been using her lavender oil for like a really long time, and I think it's almost out. And I think, yeah, I realized it's one that you bought and sent to her. And I, for some reason, thought I bought one when I was at the grocery outlet with you, but I realized I bought myself orange, not lavender. So yeah, I've just been using the shit out of her lavender. I was like, damn, I need to get us both some lavender, like either two small bottles or one bigger bottle, whatever looks better. So basically, I was geeking out on essential oils and just trying to look at like single bottles. And I was like, damn, man, why is it so expensive for a single bottle of fucking essential oil? I was thinking about the grocery outlet because that's like, I was kind of just like, yeah, I got on there literally just like, oh, like I'm just going to pay like $5. I'm just going to put like a $5 item into my cart. And I just didn't really find that.
Dog, last time I went to the 99-cent store, they had this is like this Indian dude that came out with his own line of essential oils and they were literally 99 cents.
Well, like, what's like, see, the stuff that I'm skeptical about is what's actual real essential oils. Because I know that's why, for the most part, that's why real ones cost more, but then there's some that just tax it just because. So I know you don't have to pay like a crazy amount, but yeah, I don't, yeah,
Yeah.
the dollar one, I did see some stuff like that, but
When I was looking in, when I was making it and selling it, I was really concerned about like high quality stuff. So I looked into companies that were doing it properly, like sustainably harvesting stuff, and then also the process they were making it.
right.
Um, so yeah, that or acacia actually was the best thing that I found for like the price budget and range that I could work with.
Mhm.
Um, so their lavender typically is like about $6, which I think is fair. Um, the most like their citruses are usually cheaper than $5. Their lavender is maybe 6, 7, and then yeah, a lot of them vary, but The Oracacia is like one of the nicest, like, yeah, most like legit as far as like just sourcing their ingredients and then also the process they make it with.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know. Thanks. That's funny because that is actually what I have the most of. Um, that's the one that's kind of like yellow, white, and lavender, like little like vertical lines on the bottle. It's kind of like a squarish shaped bottle. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's the brand that I have a couple of, like my first few that I got. Um, and yeah, I guess because when I first started buying them, they were from like through Raven and her Frontier membership. So I was paying like 2.99 for citrus and maybe like 3 or 4 up to 5 for something like lavender. They were like pretty much most of them were under 5, and then there were some that were more in the 5 to 10 range. And I also realized that they're smaller in size than like the ones I was looking on Amazon. Those were significantly bigger, so it was, there were some that were actually like worth the price because of the size of the bottle. But
Mm.
yeah, those were the few things that I was looking at, like the sourcing, the connection with the crops and the countries, and then yeah, like the processing, like how they get the essences and like even like the materials, that. And I did find several good ones too. Once I kept looking around, I found ones that I liked better. And I also realized there's a lot of nice options for just like box sets. Because it ends up being cheaper than just buying. Because I was like looking for 2 or 3 different essential oils. And I was like, man, the price of buying each of these separately is the same or even more than just like buying a whole like kit, of like 10 to 20 essential oils.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, there was a lot of nice like sets, um, with some scents or like essences that I'm really interested in. I've been wanting. So I just basically geeked out for a long time, just like having fun, following impulses and doing research, and just like saved a bunch of stuff to my wish list to go back through and look through later, But yeah, I just did the fun like sort of research pre-paving part.
Yeah, wanted to show you because this one's like legit. Like normally I don't buy them, but I like read it. And yeah, they talk about their sourcing and how it's like they're 100% like involved with the process. And so
I
yeah,
can't
it's called.
see it moving the box a little. Oh, that brand came up from Farm to You. That's no Guru Nanda. Dude, that's what I was just about to tell you. Like, that's the one that I really geeked out
99
on
cents
because
or it's $1.
wait, where'd you find it for 99 cents?
The 99 cent store. It was literally 99 cents.
Dog, that's the brand that I bookmarked a lot of because I really, yeah, it was their write-ups and like everything about their vibes. And even a lot of really positive reviews. Yeah, I bookmarked so much of their stuff because I really liked so many of their products, and they have like Kashmiri lavender and like rose and just yeah, like really nice flower vibes too. But yeah, I definitely didn't see no shit for 99 on Amazon, man. That's
It's the type of shit
okay.
that's there like one time and then you don't see it the next time, you know?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you should send me a list, man, because when I go to like either grocery outlet or the 99 cent store, like I kind of often see really nice looking essential oils, but I'm like, you don't need to be spending money on that right now. So like I don't really got no
Right.
business in them, but like I see them a lot.
Okay, yeah, I will because like I said, I've been using lavender a lot, so I probably will go ahead and buy that soon. But the other ones, there's not like an immediacy on them. I've been wanting them and I want them. However, it feels good and calm. So I'll send you a list of those other ones that I'm interested in. Yeah. 'Cause I know I really like the orange one. I can't even remember what brand it is, but whatever I bought with you, like you got Ma the lavender one, and I got myself the orange one. I really, really love both of them. Like they smell and feel like really good quality and like fresh, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when I first walked in, there was like this rack that had these essential oils, and there was like only like two on there, and I was like, damn, like I was like, I really don't need them, so I just looked at them, and then when I was walking through the store, somebody stashed lemon, lavender, and something else that wasn't up front. Like somebody had stashed them. And so, yeah, I got them all, man. I was like, man, they're $1. And like, yeah, like somebody stashed them and like left them. And so I was like, yeah, they were in a really random like Easter egg section.
Yo, J Devi. Yeah, she just like put it to the side to save for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like right, the last time I went to Lucky's, right before they closed, they had a bunch of essential oils on sale, and they had like a really huge bottle of lemon, and it was like buy one get one. So of course I was like, yeah, I think it was like 7.99 or 8.99 for like a really big bottle. So I was like, man, I'm about to get that. So me and Ma each have one of them. We have a lot of like an abundance of lemon. But yeah, I like, yeah, there's a couple more. I was looking at bergamot. There's a like a lot of different nice looking ones too. That's one that I really want. And there's a like a set, like a box set that has that in there that I was thinking about getting. Yeah, I don't even know why I had that impulse. Just, yeah, it was just the slightest impulse from lavender. And then doing all that research and just getting into like aromatherapy vibes and realizing all the things that I've been wanting to make and like could make with just a few more oils, you know? Like I really like to mix them for soaps and sprays, but I feel like I kind of make the same sort of ones because I have like basic categories of like a couple different citrus, a couple different mint, and then like that's really it, you know? So it's some combination of like citrus and mint, which I love, but yeah, just a couple more like herbs and flowers definitely. And even like some of those earthy, spicy kind of vibes like cloves, cinnamon stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The girl that I like learned how to make the zines from, her channel, the Jordan Clark, she she has little like just cute like DIY videos. And one day Maika just had my phone and she clicked one of them. It was like magical DIYs, and one of them was like making your own little like magic spray, like putting crystals and essential oils.
Yeah.
So Maika did that, like she was like really excited. So like she did it like the next day, and she made her
Yeah.
like helped her make a label and everything, and it's so nice, like it's really nice. I just like helped her make it, but yeah, she picked out what she wanted in it.
Mm. Trying to just move my phone and my looks like my thumb hit the button. Oops. Also, just to let you know, I can't see your head right now.
Um, what do you see?
Like it's, like headless. Like I can see your body, but not your head.
Okay. That's how you are right now too.
I was like, man, I just had it where I could see myself, and then I was trying to make it more straight because I felt like it was crooked. Can you
I feel
see
like
me?
yeah, I can see you. Can you see me?
No.
I feel like kind of like how challenging and frustrating math would be in high school. Like that's what this feels like every time we have to adjust the angle because it's like I work it out in my mind what I think needs to happen, and then you're like, no, I still can't see you, and then I'm like,
Dog, that's really hilarious. It's all about the angles.
I know, man. I started getting fucked up by the time geometry hit. I don't know what I'm doing with these angles.
Geometry, really? I actually love geometry. I didn't like what came right before or after it, but geometry was just like this surprising, refreshing break out of nowhere that I didn't even realize was coming. It was really fun for me.
Yeah, it was really stressful for me.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know how to move my phone. I'm like, I don't know where to put it.
Yeah, it's still just like I can see up to your neck and like your chin.
But can you see more or less than before?
I mean, it kind of looks the same. Like it's just like from here down. I mean, yeah, it's like the same as last time. It's getting progressively like higher. So now it's like your nose down, but um, yeah, it's like
Okay, so
this.
I'm moving in the right direction at least, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, shoot, I think I might get some giant nostril or something.
Shoshila! All right, so what about now?
Yeah, it's hard to tell because of that Skype banner across the top, but like right now I can see no, well now I can see both of your eyes, but yeah, I think your eyes were behind that banner. Okay, yeah, now it's just like across your forehead, so at least I can see your whole face.
So I was feeling like honestly the recordings are easier in smaller clips. Do you mind if I just pause it real quick and start fresh?
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say to do that when we had our bathroom break, but yeah, then you had already went.
Well, honestly, I was going to, but it was really funny, like you reading, because I had a feeling you were gonna forget. So, um, yeah, I just kind of wanted to keep it recording. So, but yeah, maybe now would be a good pause to to start a new one.
Okay, cool.
All right, J Devi.
Did that.